But David Benavidez stepping up to the picture as far as being a big name. A lot of guys right now, they're not in the picture as far as his age group. He's probably the leader of the new school as far as taking the big fights. Like I said, I will put Devin Haney up there as well, as guys who's fighting guys a generation ahead of them. Tank has done it a little bit, but David Benavidez I'll probably put at the top of my list just because of the age group he's been fighting has been wide throughout the whole way. Devin Haney as well, but right now Benavidez, after this fight, he's going to be a top dog as far as new school fighters. Because this generation, you need a guy like him that's basically going to take the hardest fights. A lot of these guys, they don't want to take challenges, and it's not just an opportunity for them or a payday. They also have to think about the guys that came before them that have put in a lot of work also. You know what I'm saying? When Benavidez doing this, he puts himself in his own class as far as he's big enough now to where he can build a fight without using a big name or someone like that. He's becoming a star, man. He's a star in boxing right now. Like, when it's all over with, like he said, he's trying to be a legend when it's all over with. And right now, the way he's going to be a legend when it's all over with. When his career's over with, he's going to be a legend. Because when we look back at this year and the year before that and probably next year, we're going to be like, well, what do these other guys in Benavidez's class, his age group do? Do they have the fights like he did? Nah, they're not having the fights like he has. They're just sitting back trying to see who's going to give them the hardest fights, and then they'll try to jump in then. But a lot of these guys, they trying to challenge themselves, man. They want to seem like they want to challenge each other and do certain things, but they don't want to challenge each other. There's a lot of things going on right now where guys aren't really challenging themselves. That's why you got Jose Benavidez, David Benavidez's brother. That's why his resume looks a lot better than a lot of guys, especially as far as challenges, because a lot of these guys don't really challenge themselves. You know what I'm saying? You got guys who barely been inactive, and come back and have bigger fights. They're talking about Andre hasn't fought anybody, but seems like to me Benavidez knows he's fought people and he's a good fighter. That's why I say these promoters and reporters, they're trash. If you don't have a guy like Benavidez walking around, he makes the sport better. These other guys who get a check to do interviews and stuff like that, they make the sport worse. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have Benavidez walking around right now, we wouldn't even know what Andre is capable of. That's how bad the sport's been lately. People not really holding each other accountable. There's not really much said about these other guys who aren't really doing much. There's just a lot of things that's going on, man, that need to be brought to the forefront. And I feel like with this class, I don't even want to see like fights like Morrell and Munguia with Benavidez. The only thing he'll be doing is helping out those Crawford fighters, because they haven't even put in no same amount of work as he has. So now he's going to be the guy who's put himself in the class that Canelo is, what Canelo thinks he is for this generation. David Benavidez already is for the other generation, for his generation, because a lot of those fighters, they waiting on what he's going to do. And they're kind of comparing themselves to him, and you got guys thinking that he's ducking them, and he doesn't even know if these guys are fighting now or later or this year or next year. Like I said, man, he's a star. Because now, at this point right now, people trying to wait on David Benavidez to see what Canelo's going to do. What? Why would we wait on David Benavidez? If Canelo's such a huge star, why would we have to wait on Benavidez? He's not picking the winner of this fight, so he might as well just move on and go on his own plans. That's what he's been doing. When David Benavidez was waiting on him and putting things to the side and using time and energy to go against what Canelo had going on and the fighters he was trying to fight, it was a problem. But now that Benavidez is free, it's not a problem. Yeah, these guys, man, they got a lot of agendas going on. They don't want to see Canelo fall again. Because if they did, they would be okay with a Bivol rematch. They don't want to see Canelo in those types of fights again. He was already moving fast. I don't know why he thought like fighting guys like Cullen Smith and Bivol. I guess he didn't think that would catch up to him sooner or later. But if Benavidez turns around and beat Bivol after Canelo didn't, y'all got a lot of trouble in y'all hands, I'm telling you. Because there's a lot of stuff that Benavidez can be doing in the next couple of months that Canelo hasn't done. And I don't want to hear people have excuses then about Benavidez could have fought Canelo or he could have did this, or why is he now expecting guys to feel sorry for him, or why does he feel like he's on Canelo's level? He's definitely close to being on Canelo's level. Because the stuff he's doing, he's fighting Canelo and Munguia is mandatory in one. So he's putting boxing on his back right now. Benavidez is basically saving boxing. Like, who else in his age group is doing what he's doing? They can't put a fight on right now on pay-per-view just based off their name and hoping that it's going to be a huge fight because of their name is on it. Nah, man. There's not a lot of guys that can do that right now. Let's be honest. That's definitely not going down. I would hope it would, but nah, that's not what's going on. Definitely not. I think Benavidez and Andrade is doing exactly what they need to do. This right here save boxing, man. The other stuff that's going on in boxing right now, that's not gonna get anybody anywhere. That's probably the worst stuff going on in sports right now, what they're doing with trying to ice out Benavidez and stuff like that. He should have been fought Canelo. Why are you fighting these other guys? Then people say, well, Canelo came to play for a belt. Benavidez ain't got a belt. I mean, if Canelo got all the belts, how you gonna fight somebody with a belt? That don't make any sense. Man, like I said, man, if y'all would have watched that interview of Boo Boo Andrade on the Zone Boxing, it was terrible. It was bad, man. I don't think a Dave Benavidez did one. That's why, guys, I'm telling y'all shouldn't go to the Zone, man. The Zone right now, ever since Canelo came over there, they might as well change their name to Canelo. They shouldn't even call it the Zone. Because since he's came over there, it's all about him. He's not even fighting on the Zone right now. They still got trying to take care of they golden goose and all that. We understand, man, what's going on. Got guys talking about they ain't want to see Bivol paid and don't want to see this guy or that guy fighting because of what the politics is and the war and all this other stuff. Like, man, Bivol had to fight to get paid after he fought Canelo. That just goes to show you, like, these people do not respect these fighters, especially guys going up against Canelo. If you're going up against Canelo, you're gonna have some trouble with a few things. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. Going up against Canelo is not an easy task, buddy. He got a lot of investments that he needs to be put away before a guy can feel like they got a chance against him. They're not going to just let you show up and have an easy fight against Canelo. You're going to have to work for it. Then a lot of guys get rehydration clauses. That's why Benavidez is a star, man. He ain't got to worry about doing all that stuff. And he's younger, and you know what I'm saying? People try to make it seem like, well, he didn't make weight and he did this. Well, man, you got guys that did the same thing. I know some stuff that guys that's top boxers in the game that's done worse than what he done. taking PEDs and all kind of stuff. As long as Benavidez ain't doing that, I'm cool. We can work on the rest of that stuff. But the PEDs and all that other stuff, nah. Too many people is okay with that. But y'all want to bring up other fighters doing stuff. Nah, I'm not cool with that. We definitely gonna have to see what's going on with that situation. But everybody's acting like Canelo is a big deal right now when these guys are fighting, man. Like, everything's about Canelo. I'm looking up the fight. The number one thing in search right now is what Canelo thinks about Andre Benavidez. Man, you Canelo fans are so corny and trash and just... Bro, y'all are weak, man. Y'all are beat down. I feel like the time is now, though, for David Benavidez to show people who he really is, and for him to have a breakout performance. I know a lot of people would say Caleb Plant was, but he's going to show some different things in this fight that a lot of people just don't know about him. You know, they think he's a guy who just pressure fighter and different things like that, but he knows he can move around on his feet. He can fight off back foot if he needs to. If he needs to. He's not going to do it or prefer that he do it, but he can do it if he needs to. I think a lot of people try to hide behind different narratives like, oh, he's going to punish guys and different things like that. Well, yeah, that's what he's been doing, but he doesn't just do that to everybody. He hasn't won every fight like that. I feel like there's a lot more to his arsenal than just punishing guys and walking them down. He does a lot more than just that. I mean, if you're new to the sport, yeah, you probably will say that he's just punishing guys and walking them down and different things, but that's not all he does. He does a lot more than that. But I feel like with a good game plan and everything, he's going to be well prepared. He knows the type of fighter he's going there with. He's not like these other guys who say, oh, this guy's horrible, and things like that. See, that's what fans don't want to do. They don't want to sit up here and say David Benavidez is wrong and he's a liar. Demetrius Andrade is horrible, because they like to run with narratives too, man. These guys are cowards. They don't have nothing to stand on. When they guy loses to someone like Bivol or something, they're the first ones to try to run the Bivol's account or his wife's account. I don't even know how Canelo fans even found people like Bivol and his wife and different things like that. Just harassment, man. Just harassment. It's corny. It just shows how weak they are. They just can't keep everything inside the ring and inside the fight. That's why they're trying to attack Benavidez's dad. But look at Benavidez's dad last interview. Like I told you guys, those cows ran over there, and they got to see what David Benavidez's dad is saying, because they can't get the real answer from Canelo, so they got to go up to Benavidez's dad and be like, oh, what did he say about Canelo? Bro, it's sad when you're a Canelo fan and you got to go to David Benavidez's dad to believe, hear what he gonna say, because you believe him more than you believe your own fighter. But people try to disrespect the Benavidez brothers and the whole team. Man, y'all guys bigger fans of Benavidez than y'all are Canelo. Let's be honest, I already know it. The day Canelo retires, y'all gonna run over there with Benavidez at. A lot of y'all doing it now. Y'all trying to play both sides. A lot of y'all want to play both sides. But y'all know David Benavidez is a star. That's why he's running boxing right now as a young guy. Taking on the hard fights. You got these older guys, they're like, oh, I'd rather retire with no payday. Nah, man. We're not doing that. And I want to know who's giving Canelo $50-60 million to fight Munguia, too. Because y'all doing all that and y'all don't want to fight Benavidez, y'all, hey, you can't pay these guys enough to fight Benavidez at this point. It's getting sad too, man. It's a lot of these guys doing the same thing, moving around, doing the same kind of antics. But after this week, people gonna realize how big of a star Benavidez is. But that's all I got though. Like and subscribe.